Let me show you how to add a texture to your photo in PhotoshopCS. Simply open up your image file, which we'll call the working file, and your texture image. They'll open up in a single tab so that you can see both of them in your workspace. Go up to Window, Arrange, and I like to choose Float All in Windows. There are two files. Right now, the texture file is active. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a little red, yellow, and green circle, and they're lit up. So it means that this file is active, which means you can do something with it. If we look at the image file, you can sort of see in the corner, that's grayed out. That's not the active file. Only one file can be active at a time. To move that texture over the photo is very simple. You go to the Tools palette, make sure you have the Move tool selected. It's in the upper left-hand corner. As I take a look at this texture and I compare it to the size of the image here of the mushroom, I realize that I'm going to want to rotate this texture. It's very simple to do. You just go to Image, Image Rotation, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. I'm going to move this over just by clicking and dragging to position it. And then I'm going to click and drag. You click anywhere on the texture image and drag it right over to the photo image. Sometimes you'll get a message like this, and it says, are you sure you want to convert colors to blah, blah, blah to match the current RGB working space? Just go ahead and tap OK. Right away, we have our texture placed over the photo. You can click and drag it into place. And to drag it into place to make it perfectly fit over your image, you want to go to Edit, Free Transform, and then you'll see these little boxes appear. You can pull on them and stretch that texture so that it fits over your photograph. You can also do some rotating. If you go above one of those little squares, you see that little arch of an arrow appear. That allows you to rotate if you wish. When you're satisfied with the placement, go ahead and tap on that check mark at the top. And next you want to apply a blend mode. Go over to the Layers palette and click on that little menu. It's a pull-down menu. I'm going to go with Screen. And I'm going to bring the opacity down to 23% sounds good. And I want to make sure that the image is front and center and the texture is subtle and just an enhancement. Don't forget to save by going to File, Save As, rename your file, give it a new name, something like Mushroom Altered, so that way you retain an original and you save the new version.